The Tokyo Olympics are facing a COVID outbreak, with at least 71 people testing positive just 3 days before the opening ceremony. 2 more U.S. athletes entered health and safety protocols overnight. Women's basketball player Katie Lou Samuelson revealed that she's tested positive, and Zach LaVine is not traveling to Tokyo with the rest of the men's basketball team out of an abundance of caution, but hopes to be able to join the team later this week. So let's talk about those positive test results just days ahead of the opening ceremony with our very own K-Mo in Tokyo. K-Mo, your graphic is frolicking around Tokyo, but I know in real life you're there in the media bubble, and some people who are staying in the Olympic Village unfortunately have now tested positive and have had to go into quarantine there. What are the plans if there's a larger outbreak?
Well, the big headline today, Diane, from Tokyo 2020 is officials say that they're not ruling out a last-minute and 11th-hour cancellation of these Olympic Games. Just think about that and what that means. The fact that we're just a couple of days away from opening ceremonies, the fact that tens of thousands of people are pouring into Japan right now, including 11,000 athletes preparing for these Olympic Games. And officials say if they see a surge in cases, if they see a major outbreak, that there is still a chance that these games could be canceled. And yes, it comes after already a 1-year delay of these Olympic Games. I was at that daily news conference today with those Tokyo 2020 officials. Another official said that if there is a major outbreak, that they will have to reassess. There could be a larger meeting with all the stakeholders of these games. But for now, they're hoping that the protocols that are in place will keep that surge from happening, keep that outbreak from happening, and keep them from having to cancel these games.
So, Kenneth, how are the U.S. teams dealing not only with this news that they just got this morning, but also with losing these players due to positive tests?
It's difficult because imagine you have these athletes, even the alternates who worked and trained very hard for these positions on these teams. And to hear this news, it's just extra added stress that they really don't need. And we also know that when it comes to these athletes, there is concern. There's concern not only for their own health, but concern for anyone they've come in contact with. And so we know that a positive case can have that ripple effect, a domino effect on these teams. And Diane, we actually found out, we did a little digging and found out what Team USA Gymnastics is doing to keep athletes safe. And they actually gave us this background, this information, saying officials say that the athletes have been separated from alternates and they're training separately. Everyone has their own room after that recent positive test that we just reported yesterday. There are designated restrooms, social distancing in private dining hall, daily COVID saliva tests, and athletes are sitting 1 per row on buses. So that shows you what Team USA Gymnastics is doing to keep their athletes from getting COVID.
It sounds like they're trying to be extra careful now that that alternate did test positive. But officials there are saying that the athletes in general, they're not all obeying the COVID protocol. So what are you hearing on that front?
So, Diane, can you imagine 11,000 young, confident athletes who are at the top of their game, all here in Tokyo, fully vaccinated, which brings a level of confidence as well? How do you keep those people from, obeying these COVID protocols, these mask mandate? The short answer is you don't. But Tokyo 2020 is definitely trying. We did learn from an IOC official that there have been some who've been flaunting the rules a little bit, not wearing their mask, not social distancing, not following the rules. We even learned from this IOC source that when it comes to buses, that there's been a little bit of overcrowding, but we understand that the concern over this issue caused the IOC to limit the amount of people and athletes on those buses. And we even see some of that with what Team USA Gymnastics is doing, what I just reported there. And so I asked the spokesperson for the IOC about this earlier today. And here's what she told me, Diane. She said, I want to quote her here. She said, "We have reminded and continue to remind all the National Olympic Committees of their responsibilities in following the rules of the playbooks. Rules are in place for physical distancing, including transport." So again, they're reminding athletes to follow what they call the playbook, follow the rules. This will hopefully keep you safe, hopefully keep that surge from happening here in Tokyo. What really the Japanese people are concerned about, again, that drain on the system as they see really, I think, a record number of cases that have happened several days in a row, consecutive days in a row, of more than 1,000 new daily cases of COVID-19.
All right, Kenneth Moton in Tokyo. So many fingers crossed for the athletes and for the games in general right now. We appreciate the reporting, Kenneth. Thank you.
Thanks, Diane.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.